Did you know that every 39 seconds, someone's privacy is breached online? But what does this mean for you and me? Are we just a username and password away from disaster? Well, sort of, but don't take your tinfoil hat out just yet. I'm here to serve you some quick tips on staying safe online, so buckle up and keep watching. Hello and welcome to Safety Detectives, where we go beyond the digital trenches to watch your back against cyber threats. Gone are the days when a simple antivirus program and a basic firewall were enough to keep you safe online. Cyber threats have evolved, becoming more sophisticated and harder to detect. From phishing scams to ransomware attacks, the arsenal used by cyber criminals grows every day. Relying on just one line of defense is nothing short of using a padlock on a vault. It's just not gonna cut it. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Here's a crash course on how to stay safe against the increasingly clever world of cyber threats. Now, let's unlock the first secret to solid security: throwaway email addresses. Your email address is more than just a way to send and receive messages. It's basically a gateway to most, if not all, of your personal information. Just like you wouldn't hand your home address to random strangers walking down the street, you shouldn't use your primary email for every site that asks for it. Here's where throwaway email addresses come into play. These are temporary emails that you can use when signing up for forums, newsletters, or free trials. Essentially, anywhere that you don't want to share your real email. This keeps your main inbox safe from spam and, more importantly, shields you from potential breaches. Services like TempMail provide you with a temporary email that self-destructs after a set period of time. It's a fantastic way to keep your email address out of the hands of marketers and cyber criminals. By using a throwaway email address, you minimize the risk of your primary email being linked to online activities that could expose you to scams and other phishing attacks. Plus, it helps keep your inbox clutter-free, which is a nice added benefit. Speaking of keeping your main email secure, have you optimized its security settings yet? Check out our video on the best security settings for Gmail to ensure that you are fully protected. You'll find step-by-step instructions on tightening up those security settings. Besides throwaway email addresses, there is another very important and sometimes forgotten line of defense. It might sound like a broken record, but the importance of strong, unique passwords cannot be overstated. Using password 123 or worse, a combination of your name and birthday, is still way more common than you might think. And it is a hacker's delight. But why is this so critical? Well, let me tell you a story about my not so tech savvy aunt who learned this lesson the hard way. She used the same password across multiple platforms, and one day one of those sites suffered a data breach and suddenly all of her accounts were compromised. It was a domino effect that led to weeks of stress and recovery, making sure that her online data was secure. So what's the solution to this horror story? A password manager. These tools are a personal password vault that can generate strong passwords for each of your accounts and store them securely. All you need to do is remember one master password. 1Password does that for you and is the key to a very well-guarded bank safe. By using 1Password, you are proactively protecting each account with a unique and strong password, which is very tough to duplicate. So even if a breach occurs, you won't have to scramble going through all of your different pages and accounts in order to change your password. Check out our tutorial on creating unbreakable passwords, and if you're curious about 1Password, don't miss our dedicated guide on how you can get the most out of it. Links for both of those videos will be down in the description box below. And if you're considering giving 1Password a try, check out the link for that down in the description below. We are not sponsored by 1Password, but we do get a small commission if you use our link. And the best part, you get the best deal available, so it's a win-win. Moving on to our third critical strategy: clean up your old accounts. Old accounts are like forgotten treasures for hackers. They often contain enough personal data to pose a serious threat to your online privacy, and sometimes they are just embarrassing remnants of the past that don't represent who you are today. The solution? It's time for some digital decluttering. Start by making a list of all of the sites that you remember signing up for. Track down old accounts that you may have forgotten about and go through them one by one to either update the information or, better yet, delete them altogether if they're no longer needed. By cleaning up old accounts, you're eliminating potential backdoors that hackers can exploit. And remember that maintaining your digital hygiene is an ongoing process. Make it a habit to periodically check and clean up your online presence. This is critical in an age where your online trail is a permanent record of your life. Next up is using a random nickname. Imagine using one nickname from your favorite gaming site for a more professional network like LinkedIn. This might sound harmless, but it can give away a lot more than you might think. That's where randomness can be your ally. Using a random nickname generator for each site you join can keep your profiles disconnected and harder to trace. You're probably thinking already, how am I supposed to keep track of all of these different identities? That's where your password manager, like 1Password, comes back into play. Just like it keeps your password safe, it can store all of your quirky nicknames without missing a beat. By diversifying your online nicknames, you're avoiding awkward mix-ups and actively protecting your web identity from anyone who might try to piece it together. It's a simple yet effective way to safeguard your online interactions. Let's talk about keeping your phone number a secret as well. Your phone number is a direct line to you, not just for friends and family, but potentially for marketers, scammers, and even hackers. In the wrong hands, it can open doors to your private life that you didn't even know existed. Think about how often you're asked for your phone number when signing up for apps, entering contests, or even just ordering food online. Each instance can be risky if that number falls into the wrong network. So what's the solution? Virtual phone numbers. They act like a mask for your real phone number. You can use them for online registrations, shopping, or any services that don't require a genuine phone number for ongoing communication. These services let you create a number that forwards calls and texts for your real phone number without exposing your actual digits. It's like having a decoy that keeps your personal line secure. By keeping your real phone number private, you can avoid nuanced calls and text and protect yourself from potential identity theft and financial fraud. Now let's see why ditching SMS for two-factor authentication can make a huge difference. Using SMS for two-factor authentication seems convenient, right? You get a code sent to your phone, you type it in, and you're good to go. But here's the twist: SMS is not as secure as you might think. These messages can be intercepted by sophisticated hackers through something called SIM swapping or other network vulnerabilities. So what's the safer alternative? Well, apps like Google Authenticator, or even better, 1Password. These tools generate time-sensitive codes right on your device, and here's the kicker: 1Password encrypts your two-factor authentication codes, unlike Google Authenticator. This means with 1Password, not only are you getting your passwords managed securely, but your two-factor authentication codes are kept in an encrypted vault, giving you an extra layer of security that's tough to crack. If you're currently using Google Authenticator and want to see it in action, or you're considering an upgrade to 1Password for even stronger security, then check out our videos on both of those. We've got tutorials that walk you through each step of setting up and using these tools effectively. Links for both of those will be down in the description below. All right, our next tip: be careful with VPNs. It's all about making the right choice. VPNs can be a fantastic tool for protecting your online privacy and securing your internet traffic. But here's the catch: not all VPNs are created equal. Choosing the wrong VPN can do more harm than good, potentially exposing you to the very risks that you're trying to avoid. When selecting a VPN, it is crucial to research and understand what you are signing up for. Look for a VPN that doesn't keep logs of your activity, supports strong encryption standards, and is transparent about its operations and user policies. And remember, while a VPN can protect your IP address and encrypt your internet traffic, it is not a bulletproof solution. It doesn't protect you from malware or prevent phishing attacks, and also doesn't hide any information that you share. For example, Google will still know what you've searched for if you're logged into your accounts, even if you're connected through a good VPN. If you're in need of a dependable VPN, take a look at our list of recommended security apps. Next up, we'll discuss how to compartmentalize your online life for maximum security. Compartmentalization means dividing your online activities into separate categories, much like you would keep your work documents away from your personal files at home. For online activities, this means using different emails, profiles, and even browsers for various activities. For example, you might use one email for personal communication, another for shopping and subscriptions, and a third strictly for work-related emails. This keeps your life organized and significantly reduces the risk of cross-contamination, where a breach in one area could spill over into another. And it doesn't stop with emails. Using different browsers or browser profiles for different activities can further enhance your security. For instance, you might use Chrome for everyday browsing, but switch to Firefox for all of your online banking. This strategy makes it tougher for advertisers and malicious attackers to track your movements across the web. Each compartment acts like a barrier, limiting how much information can be collected about you in one place. Imagine it as decluttering your online presence, which safeguards your privacy and simplifies managing different aspects of your digital life. Start compartmentalizing today and see just how much smoother and safer your online experience can be. As we wrap things up here, let's take a quick look at 1Password again. What I loved most about 1Password was it stored my passwords while securing my sensitive information, like bank details and digital documents, all in a single encrypted location. With features like automatic form filling and the ability to generate strong, unique passwords, 1Password improved my efficiency working online without hindering the ease of use. The intuitive design and strong encryption means you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that your data is safe and accessible only to you no matter where you are. And that's a wrap. We've just gone through a whole toolkit full of strategies to boost your online privacy and security. These pointers are sure to give those pesky hackers a run for their money if they ever dare come after you. Got any questions about today's topics or have any other tips you'd like to share? Maybe a story about how one of these strategies came in handy for you online. We'd absolutely love to hear about it down in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.